Financial Report with Bo Polny. Hi, Bo.
Pastor Dave, it's great to see you again. I was just listening in the last part of your talk there, and you were talking about oil.
Yep.
Don't you have, or aren't you holding a little fun stock called Zion Oil?
I am.
So the Lord's been actually highlighting oil to me, Zion oil particularly, these past, since our last podcast, and probably before that, so probably for the past 2 months, he's been highlighting very specifically Zion oil to me, as it is a indicator. Because we always want in life, when you look at markets, you want an indicator. What's an indicator? It's a foreshadowing. It's something that leads the market, okay? And so we've said specifically with regards to market movement, you always want to be on the right side of history, okay? What's the right side of history? Well, Pastor Dave and I were talking about silver, and it was at $20,
Yep.
$17, $20, $25, okay? Everybody who listened presently is on the correct side of history, because as we speak, silver's at $73, okay? That's positioning yourself and waiting upon the Lord. But at the same time, if you position yourself and you listen to the Lord clearly, the Lord's been saying very specifically, okay? First off, God cannot lie, okay? So the prophecies have been very specific. Silver is God's money, Haggai 2:8, and not through one prophet that Pastor Dave has had on his show, but numerous people. Lord has been speaking through them that silver is going to go down in price. No, right, Pastor Dave? It's going to go up in price, okay? And so why I'm saying that is because God can't lie. So what I'm showing here is God can't lie. He hasn't lied. And everybody who's listened to the prophetic is sitting right now on the correct side of history, but yet we haven't seen a price explosion. But everybody who's sitting on the correct side is already probably some in the vicinity of 3 times in the money right now. In other words, if you bought at 25 and it's at 75, that's a 3x move of what you were positioning at. Even if you bought at 50, who cares? You're still up, okay? And God has been speaking very clearly through his prophets that silver is going to explode. Okay, so back to, again, prophecy. Can God lie? And the answer is no. He's spoken through his prophets that silver is going to not go up to 121 again. He didn't say that. He said it's going to go and explode through $121, okay? So why I say this is because God's been basically showing me to follow Zion oil. He said, take your charts that I've shown you over the years and apply the chart pattern to Zion oil, and you'll see something interesting. And I love that word, interesting, right? So, because when you look at the word interesting, Ecclesiastes tells us that which has been will be again. There's nothing new under the sun, okay? What this Zion chart is showing us, okay, that specifically, if you look on the left side here, Zion topped at the 42-cent mark at a roughly in January, the end of January, exactly when silver topped at $121. Okay, silver tops at $121, and the same time point, Zion topped at 42 cents. Point is, same cycle point. Then we saw in March, Zion oil cavitated, dropped down to 32 cents. Oh, well, look what happened to silver in March. It dropped down to $68. Same exact time point. Oh, let's compare to gold. Oh, same thing. Gold topped out in January and dropped down in March down to 4,200, 4,100. Exactly like Zion oil did. You see, so all you have to add in, Pastor Dave, is the word price manipulation, price suppression. Have you been talking about that on your show, Pastor Dave? Yep. I guarantee you have, okay? Why? Because Zion oil shows that the bottom came in for silver, gold, and Zion oil in March. Zion Oil is on an explosion path right now. Watch next week. Zion's about to explode through 62 cents. It's going straight to $1 and beyond. This is the cycle the Lord has shown me, which means that if Zion's exploding very soon, let's leave it the word soon, silver is going to explode through $121. Very soon, gold's going to blow through $5,600, its last high. What I'm trying to say here is you can't stop what's about to happen. That which has been will be again. There's nothing new under the sun. I showed you Zion is the leading indicator of the charts the Lord is showing me. And it's showing that Zion oil is about to explode. Like we're talking for next week. Let's just throw June at it, okay? Zion's exploding in June. Nobody can stop it, which means it's an act of God that's about to happen. We're at a historic time point as we head into the 4th of July year. America's about to be reborn, the golden age. And it's marked with silver and gold explosion in June. This is so close. Zion's leading, telling us we're about here. All heck's about to break loose, Pastor Dave. I don't know what people are telling you, but the charts are screaming, fasten your seatbelts. This is the time we have always prayed for, Pastor Dave.
Yeah, they were telling me that these next 30 days are going to be crazy, chaotic in the world, and that's what's going to drive all this up. And watch Zion. I thought, in 2015 when I first invested it, hear from the Lord, I thought I was the only one in the world that knew about Zion. Now everybody's talking about Zion. I love it. All right, thank you, Bo.